Hey, welcome back, welcome back. Thanks everybody for joining here. We've got another night of painting. Happy Monday. We get started here. We don't, I actually think, I know it's titled Painting Puff Continues, but I don't think we're going to paint Puff tonight because we actually didn't make it to Joann's for the crafts, the cloud. And I know we wanted to paint, or at least attach some cloud material to it. So what I was thinking instead is this little mini right here. It's something I've been working on, but not too big a deal here. Little mini. It's an 1.5 inch tall mini. Maybe a little bit bigger than that. 1.5 inch tall mini. Maybe we could paint that. See how that goes for a little while. I think tonight's going to be a little bit shorter of a night, if I think so myself. So first and foremost, we want to glue it on the base. And you see that this base has like little paint marks and stuff. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because we're going to paint that base and attach little stuff to it anyways. So what we do want though, and I don't think we've painted one this small, not like an actual figure mini on this one. What we do want is so we can put it on here. And so we need to, that's my little mini stand. There's a couple different ways we could do it. We could glue it, or we could sticky tack it, which you can see I have sticky tack here for this specific reason. And then do that. But sometimes the sticky tack just doesn't hold it quite strong enough. So when you're pushing it with the brush, sometimes it moves. It actually looked out like that one gripped it pretty good, so maybe we could just paint without it, without gluing it. Might as well glue it. Hold on a second, I'll wipe this magnifying glass down, it's really blurry. Let's use my shirt real quick. Don't hold enough out. Okay. So, looks like this is a good angle for me. Is it a good angle for you? Is the other question. Yeah, look at that. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. Uh-oh. Looks like I lost my camera there. Hold on. I was like, did everything freeze or is it just the camera? But it doesn't seem to have a loose connection. But it's also not finding the camera again. Let's take it out. We'll close the app that runs on the phone because I'm using a phone camera. And we'll plug it back in. The old turn it off, turn it back on, or restart it at least. Well, computer saw the phone. This app goes really slow. Okay, weird. I'll try not to touch that again. Okay, so we painted it white, and I don't think we need another layer of white anywhere. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's too wobbly when I touch it. It might not be discernible on the camera, but I can definitely feel it move. So we'll just add that sticky tack in there together, and it seems to like stay good for like ever because it's been months since I painted one on here, and that sticky tack's just been sitting there. Okay. So if that's the case, we got our little paint tray here. I don't know where we want this at. I'm gonna move a couple things out of the way though. I gotta find my glue, but I found it. Here it is. So we're just using this Gale Force 9 super glue. I'm sure it's just standard to any other super glue. Yeah, it's branded to the D&D guys, you know, the hobby guys, but they're the guys who like do the cards as well. So we just need a little drop because it is a very small mini. And just place it down. And we're gonna do some kind of base later on this one. So, excuse me. I'm not sure what kind of base, but we will do a base. We'll let that rest for about 30 seconds or so. Let's pick out our color. So this is a small mini. It's gonna take a small brush. So we'll use this Reaper 08505. And we need to paint to match that like trim there. And the question is, well, what color did I paint that? I don't know. I haven't the slightest goddamn clue. I don't. Angel green looks pretty close to it. Hey, T-Hawk, what's up, man? Yeah, let's put that back in the frame there. What's going on, brother? How are you? Yeah, like I was saying earlier, we didn't make it to Joanne, so we'll hold off on that other mini, the Cloud Giant. I hear that. Glad to hear you're doing good, man. Let's see here. So I bought this this wet palette stuff so I could basically not have to use a paper towel anymore. And I only bought the refill kit. I didn't actually buy the actual palette itself, so I'll have to go back tomorrow. But hopefully next week I'll have the palette. We'll see. Yeah, it was not my best move. It was like, oh, wet palette accessory, and I was like, motherfucker. When I thought it was the wet palette itself. So, just another week of it. We'll have a new accessory on here to. Well, it's not gonna make me paint any better, but it'll make my paints last a little bit longer. And they won't sink in. So I have like one of two problems, right? They either sink into the paper towel, or they dry out before I get to use them. So the wet palette is supposed to make that a non-issue. But we'll see. Can you see that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it might be a slow night, my man. With the other two not being in here, Katie's not feeling so well tonight. She's got a headache, so she won't be joining us to keep it lively. But we added some new stuff to the garden. Must be in the air. You know, it's crazy. I had a gnarly one Sunday, so yesterday. And I still had to be out there in the yard doing stuff. Katie's like, mow the grass. Do this, do that. it's all stuff that needed to be done. We got a flower bed kind of cleared out. We had some kind of flowers that are like you start them with roots instead of seeds, and or she had roots to start them with instead of seeds. I don't know. They're flowers, but they had been in a bag forever, and so we needed to get them out of the bag and into the ground. So we'll see if they actually sprout after being in a bag for probably a month. Not really sure if they're dead or not. They just look like dried up roots. Oh, thanks, Carter. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for leaving it on for the viewer count too. Hey, I stopped by the store and I bought the wrong thing for my wet palette, so you'll be seeing me tomorrow. D-Hawk, the panty dropper you just saw pop in here, he works at a local game shop. Yeah, I told Katie to like start like a VOD or something like that to kind of capture the process, but that involves like going out and buying a new camera and stuff, you know. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we got 3 currently, the top 2, and then of course, you know, looking at me. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, man. We could talk about it tomorrow too. Stop in there on my lunch. Yeah, we didn't want to shell out the extra cash for a camera right now. I guess some people do it on their phones, but to me the phones just don't capture it right. And editing is a big thing. We don't want to take hours and hours of time to edit. Kind of want to just do like the streaming style. Yeah, the garden's coming along nicely. Yeah, for sure, man. What was I gonna say? He'll come back in a second. Ooh. Did I get under there? Yeah, that's okay. I need to get under there anyways. Oh yeah, we don't want to spend all of our time editing. That's like the least fun part of this kind of stuff. I'm not a fan of editing. Some people really enjoy it. I unfortunately do not. It's just so time consuming. I've like edited a few of like our D&D sessions where it's just audio. And I can't. It's so mind-numbing. Because it's like 4 hours of just audio, and I'm like cutting like, you know, bullshit conversations out and things like that. If you ever played D&D for like 8 hours, you know that it is not 8 hours of gameplay. It's like 4 hours of gameplay, and the other 4 hours is bullshit. Oh, does he? He's never mentioned it. I saw he's been pretty preoccupied though. You know, with his stream. I said he's been canceling a few here and there. He's had some like last minute plans, and I think one of them he said he had to go for a job interview or something like that. That's good. I haven't spoken to him in about, I don't know, 3 weeks maybe. He usually stops in and says word from time to time, but I try to stop in there with him too. He streams so late for me. I'm usually asleep by the time he's getting on. it adds up, man. Especially when you're trying to do too much, you know, and you got to sacrifice something somewhere. So it depends on what it is that you want to sacrifice. Yeah, he said a lot of those people were like in California and stuff like that. A lot of his viewers. Obviously not all of them like yourself, but he said he had a big market for him in California way. Katie picked these colors when I first started painting this little guy, this little wizard. She wanted him to be white and green. So I'll do it like the white and then do the stripes. We'll see how he turns out. What I don't know is what we're going to do for the base. Oop, I want to go back and touch that up. Yeah, for sure. So I'm thinking about starting my own little business. I don't want to say too much and jinx it, but I filed for my name reservation last week, so I'm hoping I can get the name. And then if I can get the name, I can work on the weekends. I don't stream on the weekends anyway, so that's not going to affect the stream. But maybe just with timekeeping it might. Yeah, I think that's like that's the dream, is everybody kind of want to works for themselves. I think I'm able to tap into a market that nobody taps into. And I don't know why. I think it's the biggest part is trying to get your foot in the door in this market. It's still IT, but it's a specific clientele. And again, I don't want to. Once I have a couple of clients, I'll fill everybody in. I won't be kind of close to the chest with it, but I don't want to say too much and jinx it right now. But there's a certain clientele that I think nobody targets, and I'm gonna try and get into that market. I already got my foot in the door in a couple places, and I've already got some contacts that'll really help me get going. So really, it's just a matter of being legit as far as like taxes go and company name and stuff like that, insurance. Probably get some general liability insurance. So that's the dream, though. That's definitely the dream. Yeah. Trying not to get too complacent with not doing anything, you know. Letting life slip you by. Again, I'm not trying to be rich. That's not who I am. Trying to like, I know some people, you know, they're always trying to, how can I be famous, or how can I be rich, or something like that. I just want to be comfortable. So, that's all I'm shooting for. Comfortable. Everybody's idea of comfortable might be a little bit different, though. That's probably the real thing right there. Oh yeah, not have to worry about like, you know, take a couple days off and not worry about it. That's what I'm talking about. You get it? I'm not a big vacation person, but I definitely want to be able to like walk into a store and, you know, be able to buy whatever I want to buy and not think about it. You know, if there's like for instance, a new D&D mini that comes out that's $100, I want to be up to the point where I can just drop the $100 and walk away and not really think about, oh, did that hurt my bank account or not? Like, do I need to do the math on it? And if I still have to do the math on it, that's not where I want to be at. Let's get all this green off the brush and kind of refresh it. Have you had a chance to expedite your studying? Or has work still been taken over? And this is why am I so bad at that? This is Angel Green, by the way. Yeah. Hey, I did not get off the base though. That's a plus. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so clumsy when I'm telling you, man, I'm not clumsy outside of the stream, but man, I'm on stream, I'm fucking knocking everything over. I'm lucky I don't knock my drink over. I've come close a couple times. Yeah, no damage. I was worried about that too. You think I should paint the inside of the sleeve here green as well? On both sides there? I'm not sure. Or maybe like a darker green? Do I have a darker green? Maybe a darker green. What do you think? Oh yeah, video games. I always thought when I was a kid that's what I was going to end up doing, was making video games. And then I learned I wasn't creative at all. And I also learned out what it took to get into programming video games. So I went to IT, which was close. I went into trying to get into IT, to fixing things, to helping other people fix things, to not fixing anything anymore, to just pointing fingers. But still, get me wrong, I love my job. But do I want to be a manager is the question. Or do something else. Which if I start my own business, I'll end up being my own manager anyways, or a manager anyways. So, especially if I get employees. If I don't get employees, then, well, it's not going to matter. What makes you want to go out to Colorado? Oh, you code games. You know, there's a couple like pretty big developer, like video game programmers here in Georgia. It might not be your style as far as like the games that they make. Hey, Tuesday. okay. I've never been out that far west. Oh yeah, Smite's one of them. It's one of the ones I was thinking of. I think High Res Studios, I think, is out here too, or is that Smite? I forget who makes Smite now. Trying to blink. Yeah. She had a headache, so she's yeah, that's Smite. Okay, well, that's what I was thinking of. Tuesday, she had a headache, but she might be feeling better now. She took some Excedrin, so you can always message her and see if she wants to jump on. You love the word Smite. It's a video game, though, Tuesday. I don't know that you'd like it too much. It's kind of what I like about painting, and that's why I stream to like Facebook and YouTube, is because painting doesn't alienate people who don't play video games. Because painting, anybody can appreciate painting, whether or not you like the canvas that it's going on, but you can still appreciate what it is for what it is. And like video games, some people just don't like video games. However, it seems like T-Hawk is a big video game player as well. So I try to fit in both. You know, I had another idea, so for the stream. And I don't know how I would implement it, but it's something I got in the noodle. I'm thinking about reading on the stream. So it's something in a very similar atmosphere to this, but reading like public domain books, just for like an hour at a time, you know, something like that. Just reading on the stream. Because last year 2019, I read 29 books. Last year I read 15. That was just a busy year. And I think I'm like somewhere around 10 in this year. So it's kind of the same vein as this. Like, I'm reading anyways, I'm painting anyways, might as well stream it. If people want to watch, cool. If they don't, that's okay too. Either way, I'm going to be doing it. Not that I don't appreciate your company. Tuesday, your name is in like green for me. I wonder if it's just trying to separate it. I don't really know. You know, it's really hard reading out loud. What's helped me is Katie likes to be read to. So but the thing is, it's like I start reading and she's out in 30 seconds. Okay. I'm just not used to having this many chatters. That's what it is. Total noob. Yeah, I know. I'm getting outside the line here. I'll touch it up with white. It's the inside edge that makes it hard. So she uses it as a good thing. She's like, read so I can fall asleep. And I don't know if it's insulting or not. But you know, there's that podcast. It's kind of what made us start doing it. Is me reading to her. Is she listens to this podcast where this guy just talks. It's like the podcast to help people sleep. Of course, I'm not going to be doing it as late as he does it, and you can turn his podcast on at any time you want. But maybe it'll help people go to sleep. I don't know. Still an idea I'm toying with. Yeah. If you would just pay attention. Katie actually does it. What's happening? What's going on in the book? So if I read, right? Let's say I read until she falls asleep. Then when I start again the next time, she's like, wait, who's this? I don't remember this person. I'm that's because she fell asleep. And I don't know exactly when she falls asleep, so I miss, I always like keep reading and then I look over and she's snoozing. So I'm like, cool. I'll just read to my goddamn self then. There was one time I was reading a book and I just kind of like kept reading it after she fell asleep. Like, I switched to reading in my head. And then eventually she goes, wait, what happened to so-and-so? I was like, oh, no, that was a different book. That was like a book and a half ago. She's like, what? Didn't even realize we were reading a different book at one point in time when I finished that, the first one. He doesn't pay attention. We read no more. So, well, that's kind of funny because I will speak a little louder. Well, sure, I can see if I can crank it up a little bit here for you. There, I cranked the sensitivity up on the mic and on the output, so hopefully it's not too loud. I'm hitting the yellows here on my my little bars, whatever they are. So what I was doing is reading books she wanted. Like, she picked them out at first, and then I switched to books that I wanted to read. I was like, you're going to fall asleep in like 30 seconds anyways. I'm just going to read whatever book I want to. You could just tune in and out. Katie's not here to name this feller. Or fella. Can't really tell. Could be either or. Getting there. She is an early. It's fellow. Yeah, I know it's. Your mom. Are you saying that this is a? My mom's sitting here on Facebook. Hi, Mom. You're saying that this mini is a fellow and not a fella? I guess a fella could say like, "Hey, fella, what's going on?" That doesn't work either. Shucks. Yeah, she likes her sleep. No, actually, that's not true. She doesn't really like her sleep that much. She'll go without before she sleeps in. I'm like, yo, give me like another 6 hours and wake me up again. I could easily go to bed at 9 o'clock and sleep till noon the next day. Gotta tidy this up with some white. Oop, there's like a fuzz. See ya. Oh, it's gonna take coats. Dang. You can still see it a little bit. Kind of kill the light. You can kind of still see it. Let's see here. So you see how that green is kind of poking through right here. So we're gonna do coats on that. Let it dry, come back, do it again. Damn. Oh, you know what? D-Hawk, maybe my reading stream will help you out, man. Out like a light. It works for Katie. I've always been quite blessed when it comes to going to sleep. I really don't have a hard time. I seem to recall as a small child having issues going to sleep at times, but not as an adult. Stop moving, out like a light. Oh, thanks, Mom. Thanks for sharing. Oh, take taste, fall asleep. That sucks, man. I'm not going to recommend anything because I'm sure you've tried everything in the world to get to sleep, so I won't beat that old dead horse. I will say what works for me though is reading a book, and I'm out. My Kindle is. I could live without most of my technology. I could give up most technology, but I could not give up my Kindle. Phone, I could throw the phone away. Don't need it. My Kindle though, no sir. I'd give up video games before I gave up my Kindle. That's tough. But I think I'd do it. I think I could do it. Oh man. 2-hour ritual. Get pumped for work, bro. Meditating. Damn, I do not envy that. Katie has the problem where if she wakes up, she's up. Like in the middle of the night, if something wakes her up, or she has to get out of bed to go do something, she's up for like hours after that. Not me. There's no real trick to it for me. I just fall asleep. I don't have the secret sauce. Oh, you know what? I got a buddy who has that. Like, it kind of sleep for him comes in waves, and if he misses it, he's got to ride it out to the next one. Like, he's like, "Yep, I missed the wave." Yeah, man. That to me, that's actually the first time I heard about it. Was like, I want to say like 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, that I heard that was a thing. Because me, I'm just like, I'll stop moving, out. You have to write it out, but not till the next day. Oh no. Yeah. I hope I don't get older and then like all of a sudden it becomes an issue. Because like you guys have been able to adapt to it, you know, throughout your life, versus like hitting like 35 and then all of a sudden you can't sleep anymore. You've learned the rhythm. I would absolutely lose my mind. Oh, God bless America. I just freaking put a go glob over where it didn't need to be. Bless it. Why can that glob in on like the paper or something like normal? Sorry, I'm not talking, concentrating. Okay. We need to get that those inside of the sleeves a darker green. Yeah, that's I like pop when I move. Sometimes I'm just sitting and I pop, not even moving. It's like things are like settling, like the rigor mortis is sitting in. That's a grim way of putting it. I think they just go to bed earlier. They say the older you get to, like the less sleep you need. Oh, 25. Yeah, you know, they say like 30 is like it's all downhill. But like I think it's like 25. I think 25 it really starts to like it's not like a gradual it's not like a drastic one, but it's like a gradual decline, and like 30 happens and it's like poof. I'm already starting to feel it in the gut, especially 25 to 28. Prime. Oh, as far as physically, that 28 hit hard because it all went to my stomach. I changed jobs at about 27, going from like a physical labor job to a stationary job like that, going from like walking 14 miles a night, which I'm sure you get, D-Hog, to walking like less than a mile, and it all went to my stomach. I was at my prime 38.42. Why do you think that? Why is your prime 38.42? Not saying it wasn't. I'm just curious. Guess we can mix like a black and that green. I got my angel green here. Such a weird shade of green, angel green. It's got a weird beat to it. I'm looking for the black so I can mix it with the green. I got like 3 bottles of black, but I can't find a single one of them at the moment. Necromancer cloak. Necromancer cloak. How do I pick up the same color twice? Oh, that's why the black's stuck over here. Matte black. Oh, that's when you were doing the... I didn't know. I knew you did that stuff, but I didn't know at what age you did it at. So I guess that makes sense, because Katie said, when she was little. And you had Katie at 31. let's see here. Let's glob some of that on there. I know it's probably hard to see in the top of the right corner there. It's a small screen, small camera window. Just one drop? Okay. Jeez. Let's use this little pick thing. See if we can mix it up. I did martial arts for a while there. And now I'm numb on one side. Well. Not completely, but there is significant nerve damage on that side. Still works. Just you feel less of it. Taking care of finances, yes. I actually learned how to balance a checkbook in school. But I learned it in like 8th grade, maybe 9th grade, somewhere around that ballpark. I want to say like 8th grade. But I did learn that one in school. However, they don't teach you to manage finances. But I guess that begs the question, do we want teachers teaching financial advice? Oh, I need that wet palette. This is not going well. Yeah, I think it should be taught like a fundamental, like how does it work should be taught, and like what it is. But I would disagree that we should have teachers teaching financial habits. Yeah, the stock market's like a whole rabbit hole in itself. D-Hawk, if you want to know a good book on the stock market, it's called The Intelligent Investor. It's actually on Warren Buffett's like must-read list for investors. So, if you give me a minute, I can tell you if you're interested, I can tell you the author if you haven't read it already. I don't know where I set my phone. Let's see here. Who's it by? I think I can. I think it's like the little phone that could. Jesus. Benjamin Graham. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. And it's like... No, I'm not saying for investing, but for just, if you want to know how it all works, that kind of things. Yeah, I'll post it. I should probably make like a recommended book Discord spot so people, not only myself, can post in there too. Yeah, I think you have both of you have a valid point there. We should definitely learn in school what it is and how it functions. But maybe they don't want us to know. Other than just blanket statements. Oh, the stock market's up this month. What does that mean? That begs the question, did the teachers know how it works? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wanted to start making like smart investments, long-term investments, not get rich quick investments like GME, but investments like retirement investments. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, I guess that's dark enough. So it's like black with a hint of green, but I need to get more shades on it. Bigger studio. There's like one office I wanted to turn into one room I wanted to turn into an office. And Katie's not letting me do it. Which I get her point, but I want it. D-Hawk, I take it you didn't get much work at home time during this whole COVID situation. If any. Roth, yeah. There's just a ton of them out there. I think, what is it, day trading is like the number one way people lose their savings, I think it's what it is. Day trading is like the number one way people do something. It's like, and it's bad. I don't think it's go in debt, but it's definitely, credit cards are the number one way people go in debt. But I think it's like the way they lose their savings, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, that's nice. Take it out, it's your money, right? Yeah, there's a couple philosophies I've heard with like day trading. Like one, you don't lose any money until you sell, or you haven't made any money until you sell. To me, I like the one that says you've lost all your money until you sell. Let's see here. How's that look with the darker? Can you tell the difference? You really can't tell the difference right there. It also doesn't help I kind of bled over a little bit. Oh, God bless America. I painted a little stripe there. See that stripe? That's watered down now. Great. Great, 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 great. Let's put a little more paint on there. Thicken it up. There's a tough spot that's out of line here. Give me 1 second. I didn't get it good, but I think I got it. We'll go back to that when it dries. No, the cloak is white. Yeah, the cloak is white. I left it to the professional. I just realized. So I read them like backwards as I glance as I left it to the professional. I thought you were talking about something else. He's talking about me. No. So they start off like this color. See. So they start off like a gray primer color. So yeah, no, it's a white cloak with green. There's a couple little goblins still in the package. Oh, I see. Yeah, white. So I have an identical mini, like one that's exact same mini as this, that I can paint like that. But yes, you would paint the cloak before you would do the trim. Which is what I did. There's like a little gnat flying right here. Get out of here. So we got to do hair. Hair, hand, staff, this little thing, and then this trim around the staff. Katie picked the green. I was like, so initially when I started this mini, it was like, I actually started this mini before I was streaming. And I was like, Katie, what color should he be? And he was like, she was like, white. And I was like, white, huh? She was like, yep, that's what color he is now. And I was like, alrighty then. So, and then green. Green was the trim color she picked out. So this is a this is a before stream mini that we're just kind of tidying up. To be honest, I didn't think you guys were going to be able to jump on tonight, so that's why for some reason I just had a hunch that you guys weren't going to be on, but you were. So thank you for that. But yeah, so we actually didn't get the stuff for Puff either over the weekend, like we should have. Spend it all the time in the yard. And like yard isn't like, you know, backyard, not like yard in prison. Just in case you were confused. There we go, touch that up a little bit. There's like a little... Oh, sweet baby Jesus. See, I got over there too much right there. That has to be painted green again. Yeah, I don't I don't know what kind of wizard he would be. Now that you brought up a good point, like what would his school be? You usually could tell it by looking at them, but I don't think you could tell it by this guy. What would it be? Earth spells? I don't know. We'll have to let her know she's been outvoted on the color pickings. Yeah, when she said white and green, I was like, white and green, huh? That's what I get for asking. Let's fix that right there. Man, I was watching this video, and like I said, I was trying to get like a little better at my painting skills. I was watching this video. This guy was like, "Oh yeah, I never spend more than like 3 hours on a mini." I was like, "Excuse me? I spend more than like 10 hours on one tiny mini." Speed painting ass rubbing in everybody's face. No more than 3 hours on one mini. He's outside of his mind, is what he is. This guy is going to be like a slow creator. I don't know how he would do that. My water's stuck. Okay. Stuck to the sticky tack. Not good. Look, we can get back at Katie if we can name this mimic. She loves naming things. So if we name something without her involvement, she'll feel very left out there. She'll be like, "You can't name it." She'll try to change his names. Actually, what she'll try to do. What do you guys think about Herbert? Herbert or like Clarence? I think those are good names for a mimic. Herbert the mimic. Let me know. TBD. To be decided. We'll stick him on the sticky tape right there. Sticky tack. It's not going anywhere. Oh yeah, I picked up, I think it was like $10 for like the little holder. What was I using before? Oh, I was using a shot glass and the sticky tack to hold it in place. And then of course, you know, I have this thing, so I bought that. I don't know that it's any better than the shot glass, but it works. slow upgrades over time. Alright, we gotta do something with these hands. There's a spot right there that needs touch, though. On the inside here. And then right here. Whoa, where do you think you're running to? Did you see that just bleed up the... Clem or Bartholomew? I could see Bartholomew. For sure. You didn't see that. Bartholomew. Bartholomew the mimic. Yeah, I don't know if professional is the word I would use to describe my my painting skills. Far from it, that's for sure. Hermie. Shoulder looks a little better. All right. Let's do a close-up. Progress pick time on the close-up. That's my crane going down sound. So we're gonna fix the camera. Okay. Get it to stop shaking. Ooh, look at that, in focus. No, we haven't done the hands, the feet, underneath there. We haven't done that yet, underneath there. We haven't done the face, really. I like to splash some paint on there, but that was it. Still got to do the staff over again. That's kind of where we're at, though. Staff's crooked. Oh, yeah. I don't know if Twitch has anything like that. For a white cloak. We'll do another one. I have another mini that's like an exact duplicate of it. I'm trying to find it. like right here at my feet. There's a whole bag of minis. This one is actually, I think, really cool, and it's a solid mini metal. It's a metal mini. I didn't buy 2 of them. They came in like a loot crate type thing, and they came like they just like throw like random minis in it, and I ended up getting 2 of them. And I did it for a year, and that's the only time I got 2 of the same one. So, which was that one. I have bags of minis that need to be painted. And some still in. Yeah, I painted the middle ones. This is a metal mini right here. She's metal. I want to get a 3D printer though, so I can print out custom minis instead of only the ones that are. No, same paint. The only difference is I got to prime them, and you can kind of see how like there's metal right here, and then not. So, like right here, that's not primed. So these 2 are kind of primed, and I think I got one that's not primed in here for like reference. What is that, a sword? Oop, I'm dropping minis. No, whatever. Kitsune, I'll find it, I'm sure. There we go. I know it's not that important to show the difference, but since we're talking about it, they're all right here anyways. Okay. So this is what they look like before the metal ones are primed. They're like made out of like, I don't know, pewter or something. Does it say in there? No. No, it does not. Yeah, they're made out of like pewter or some kind of die cast. That one's a unicorn. I did not buy that one either. That one came in the crate as well. What is that one? Is that a unicorn? It's a Pegasus. I have a unicorn. I have a unicorn and a Pegasus. So here's like what they look like when you buy the official minis. So official mini, yeah, Pegasus. Third-party minis that are made out of metal. These are the metal ones, third-party. Once they're primed, to get a spray primer on them. And then I should have some like third-party ones that don't have the primer on them. There's another mimic. Not quite what we're looking for though. I know I did spray them all at one point. I sprayed a bunch of them though to prime them. Like I was gonna paint them or something. Like I'll ever make my way to the 100 minis that I have. I don't think so. I don't think I have any readily available. But they look like a white plastic, so you can't really tell in the camera. But this is actually like a gray. Must be my color must be off. Let's take a look in here. Does that look gray there? Not really. It looks kind of white. But it's actually just a couple shades lighter than my shirt here. And the other ones are like white. Like the third-party ones that aren't pre-primed. Or like really white. It does look great. Okay. Yeah. So I think this mini is kind of cool right here. I want to paint this one soon. I think she's like a cool ranger. Yeah, I use them for tabletop. So like that's part of the reason I don't try to make them super perfect, because what I'm going to end up doing with them is like, oh yeah, it's a really, really cool mini, and then knock them down. Or they, they get tossed around like this. They get tossed around, things like that. They're for play. So while I want them to look cool, I don't want them to be like behind like a little glass case either, because I want to be able to like put them down and use them for actual tabletop play. So they got to look good enough to look cool, but not good enough to not be knocked around. Here's another one that I got made out of some kind of metal. This is actually my only mini that's gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna ruffle them a bit, so I don't want to mess with them. I don't want them to be too perfect. I do put a varnish on all of them when I'm done, but is what it is. So we'll put a varnish on Puff when we're done with it, as soon as we get that cloud stuff. But like this one's metal. He's pretty heavy, compared to that one stuck to the table now. Compared to like the plastic, and then I think you can hear the clang. No, just D&D. Yeah, I'm really more in for it for the narrative, and Warhammer is like all strategy. And combat is probably like one of my least favorite things about D&D. I like combat, but like I don't really care for it too much. I like short combat, like 2 or 3 rounds of combat, and that's about it. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. And it really doesn't matter who's running the game. It's not about the DM. It's really just combat in general. It's just, I like the narrative. Oh, that's pretty cool. For Warhammer, or was it for D&D? Oh, roll once a week. I have a couple books that are like the Endless Adventure books from TSR, that like do your own campaign. Yeah, I'm sure that was his favorite thing. Is this one from TSR? This one is from TSR. So this book right here is from TSR. And while it's not the kind of the book I was talking about, but there's a TSR logo right there. This is Drizzt. Drizzt when he looked crazy. This is the ones I think I showed you guys last time. I got a huge stack of books in front of me that holds this camera up right here. This camera is sitting on a bunch of books. Can I show you? Let's see here. Oh God. Oh, it's losing its mind. So that's my camera stand behind the scenes. Just until I get the shelves built, then I'm going to do that. Oh, that does sound like that. I'm sure he was like his favorite teacher ever. That teacher was his favorite teacher ever. Yeah. Different times. Alright, let's see here. See if we can tidy up these hands. These hands. Tidy up this. Oh, I gotta get the inside of that. Oh, I don't know how that's gonna happen. Gotta get the inside of this right here. For the other side of the sleeve there. I think I gotta do it on both sides, don't I? Nope. Saving grace. That one's like pushed up against the body. So I don't have to do it on his left, but I gotta do it on the right. We'll come back to that though. That paint's already dry. What color did I make that wood? Probably wood color. No, that looks lighter than oak brown. Is that oak brown? No, it's not oak brown. It's something else. No, it's definitely something else. It's fur monster brown. Leather brown, maybe? Did I paint it leather? That looks like it, right? It looks like it. This is the best teacher. The cat thing. Let's paint this thing. Oh, look at that. Blended right in. We did I think we did a worm and we did like a frog. Where you do a cat? That's pretty intense. I mean, not to say that I object to it, but I thought the cat thing was only in movies. You know, you see frogs a lot, but I've seen cats referenced a few times too. I would have done it. God, the chemicals smell the worst, though. They probably had like one cat for the class or something like that. You had like a batch? Wow. Yeah, my schools around me have pretty good funding. I mean, it's a pretty well funded area. I mean, we're not a richer, and there's definitely schools that have. You know, it's funny because I'm in this like weird demographic where there's a lot of crime, but it's not a poverty issue. So it's kind of weird. Don't get me there are poverty areas, but there's not like the area itself is not poverty. It's not like we're in Fulton County or something like that. Yeah. Oh, they passed on it? Yeah, I think most guys are up for the cutting. Did you have to go through like the no mutilation talk? God, they like beat that in our heads when we did just the frogs and just the frogs alone. They were so adamant on like you had to like sign this little thing that they wouldn't mutilate the frog and all kinds of stuff. Okay. Actually sounds like a pretty cool experiment. Yeah, the frog seems very far. Yeah, they should. They should do mammals instead of frogs, instead of an amphibian. They should do a mammal. It doesn't necessarily have to be a cat, but it should be a mammal, I think. The way the body is similar enough to your own. As long as it's not a pig. I hate pigs. Ugh. Oh, I just looked up and saw the pig comment. Yeah, I don't like pigs. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to look at them, eat them, nothing. Well. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's like a pig. It's like a hybrid, a deformed version. The only reason we got to dissect it. Yeah, I don't remember what that one is. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it is either. Okay, so we got a little crystal ball thing on top here. And there's like a tension ring. Looks like it holds it in place. I got poison ivy and I'm itching up a storm. God. Yeah, I know, don't scratch it. My yard is overrun with poison ivy, and apparently I'm very allergic to it, so it like brushes up against me and I'm like, pfft. I think we've heard this song before. I like this song. So we have plate metal, gunmetal, shining silver. I was kind of go for a metal for those tension rings. Shoe fly. What do you guys think? It's going to be very minimal on the mini. It should be 100% color match. So what? Except for this one, but this one's painted on, so you can see what that looks like. And we're going to bring her down. Gunmetal. I'm gonna let Katie know during her Tuesday. God bless America. It's weird. It doesn't ever do that. But it just disconnected the camera. Give me a second and we'll get it back. Weird. Second time tonight. Did that. The camera got disconnected there Tuesday. Had to reestablish connection there. There we go. Okay. I think when I was pulling it up and down, for some reason the USB came loose. Usually I'm slinging that bad boy all over the place, it doesn't matter, but for some reason tonight it's a little finicky. I'll try a different cable tomorrow, or next time. Or watch survival stuff like The Village. I'm not familiar with The Village. I do play survival games though. Rust, The Forest I really like. We had our own server there for a while there. I stood one up on, I have an actual server in my basement, and we just hosted the server off there for about, I don't know, 4 months or so. Oh, The Forest. Okay, yeah. No, I really like The Forest. Yeah, actually, I think The Forest is probably my favorite survival game so far. I played a lot of Rust before they redid it. They redid Rust, and I didn't care for it after that. They made that major update. You're not supposed to use the you know, we're left with The Forest 2. How do we introduce the savages? Do some good old American artillery. Yeah, I want to play The Forest 2. So when that comes out, you know what? When it comes out, I'll stand a server up and put it in the Discord for sure. And we'll pop that some on the stream. People can watch me get murdered on my own stream, on my own server. It was the Forest 1, right? Because the Forest 2 isn't out yet. I asked him if he was gonna beat it, but this was a while ago, so he stopped playing it there for a while, I thought. Yeah, I didn't think the second one was out yet. Oops, sorry. Yeah, those bad guys get ballsy after a while too. They start wanting to throw hands. takes a while. I'm a clear cutter too. I chop down every tree. Got the first samurai sword. I don't think I've gotten a samurai sword in there. I've gotten a chainsaw, but not the samurai sword. You're not supposed to use the metal stuff with your good brushes. Just FYI. I kind of broke the cardinal rule, but apparently, it's like the flakes and stuff that they have in it is really bad for your brushes. Allegedly. Yeah. Oh, God bless America. Alright, what do you think about that? Got a little touch of some gunmetal on there. A little bit down here too. I don't know if you can see it. What I need to touch up, I need to touch this little thing up right here. I got an idea though. Hold on, let's see here. Do we need to touch it up? Yeah. Let's see here. It's a better color scheme now. What do you think, Tuesday? D-Hawks votes in. He likes it. Mother-in-law's input. So, we got that up, right? Let's hit just the crystal to make it pop. And what I mean is, we have some varnish. My D20, my die, my brushes. Here we go. Just use an old brush, some varnish. Gotta find the varnish. Donde estás, el varnisho? What is that? Where are you, the varnish? I feel like John Travolta right now. Oh, did I find it? No, fuck no. So here's the exact opposite varnish that I have, that I need. This is the anti-shine varnish. Please don't make me suffer with your pretend Spanish. I know how to say, how do you say that, and what, and who, and when, where, why. That's about all you need, really. ¿Qué? ¿Cómo se dice? Okay, that got like absorbed straight up into the towel. So we're gonna frost this thing like a cake here. Make that little crystal pop. That's a good. I know exactly the clip here. It's when they're like in the back of the truck, and he's like, "I know how to speak. I only know how to explain this sentence and the one preceding it." And he goes, "What do you mean? Okay?" Yeah, I got that. No hablo español. No sé. Try to get that dry. Katie absolutely hates it when I go to like the Mexican restaurant because I know just enough Spanish to completely fuck it up. And it drives her insane. You know, if it didn't bother her, I probably wouldn't do it. But because she's like, stop talking to them in that language. You don't speak Spanish. Where are the bathrooms? It is very important. You put them where are the bathrooms. It's very important. I bet you it would express some urgency for them too. Baños. Banos? Banos? Bano? Baño. I don't know. No sé. No hablo. I'm actually equally fluent in German that I am in Spanish. I think I'm probably a little better. I'm probably I don't know. I don't know which one I'm better in, to be honest. I would like to think German, but I don't think that's true. Because when my tech speaks in Spanish, I can pick up most of what she's saying. I really struggle to hear the German. Like, I really struggle to follow along on complex sentences, on conversational sentences. So, I think I'm probably better in Spanish. Not better at speaking it. Almost fluent? How so? Well, that'll teach you. That's actually where I learned the Spanish that I do know. I worked in a Mexican restaurant for about 6 months or so, and it was a family Mexican restaurant, so everybody spoke Spanish. But there were very, very few people who actually spoke English, so I got donde and que and no sé, como se dice. You should know how to speak it fluent. Yeah, that would have been prompted with a "go fuck yourself" sentence right after that. You know what? I know different. That's what it is. I know different words in German than I do in Spanish. I know more conversational, but I know more objects in German. That's probably what it is. Yeah, I would have dropped out too. Yeah, me too. Yo hablo muy bueno españolo. I guarantee you that made Tuesday's ears almost bleed. These bilingual people. Yeah, bilingual. The only one I've actually tried to study for was German. I completely quit. I did the 2 years I had to do in Spanish in high school, and I know how to say madre, which is what everybody walks away knowing how to say in Spanish. So, high school Spanish teaches you absolutely nothing. I learned the Spanish that I do know how to barely communicate is from working in a restaurant. Yeah, you will lose it, man. That's like 100%. You use it or lose it on languages. Japanese is the other one I want to learn. I know I should probably want to learn Spanish because it's practical because so many people in America speak Spanish. But I really got no interest in it. I have a hard enough time convincing people that I'm not Spanish when I'm out in public. So they're like, oh, no hablo español? I'm like, no, I don't speak Spanish, bro. That's usually how I answer. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish. And they're like, oh, okay. You Spanish? Nope. But they don't believe me until I can't speak Spanish. So knowing Spanish, I don't think I would be able to convince anybody that I'm not Spanish. It's actually not that hard for Japanese. I know the Japanese we use is a mini martial arts class. Yeah, I think Japanese would be cool. I nailed a client's Japanese name on the phone today. So she was like, oh, you got it? Yeah. So she called in and I was reading her last name. I read it off of our system. And I was like, is it Tanako? No, what was it? Takano. Takaano. It's Takaano was her last name. And I was like, yeah, is it Takaano? And she was like, yeah, you got it, first try. And I was like, yeah. Japanese, if you learn how, in English anyways, the Japanese, English spelling, it's actually really easy to reproduce. You just gotta learn how they pronounce their letters. I like Japanese. Japanese sounds fine. It's Mandarin that sounds like they're yelling at each other to me. But reproducing it from English and reading it typed out in what are our characters called? I feel dumb right now. In English letters. That's not what they're called. But yeah, reading it typed out with the English characters is easy to reproduce on how to say it, for me. German I could pretty much nail too, if I can read the word. Spanish, I really don't know when I get the in there yet. I don't know if you've seen this, D-Hawk, but I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. Of course, everybody's been playing it, on PlayStation and stuff. That's what made me want to get to learn it. I was like, oh, I want to learn Japanese now. But I want to finish German before I learn a third language. Alright, does it look shiny? Does it look shinier? Can you tell? I got a guy that works at the office with me that speaks Romanian. I don't like Greek. That was pretty fun. Oh, Greek sounds cool. I don't like Russian. I don't like the way Russian sounds. Just out of personal preference. Don't care about it. Romanian sounds too close to Russian for me. So yeah. She said, Tuesday said Romanian. Latin. People still speak Greek. They still speak Romanian too. Latin is dead, yeah. It's where all of, most of our languages are based out of. That's what you learned, yeah. It's good for root words. Romanian is a Romance language. It does not sound like Romance to me. Nor does French. Don't care for that either. Not my cup of tea. Yeah, Greek gods are cool. I used to really be a big fan of the Greek stuff. Listen to like a few audio books on Greek stuff. I just read a book that year that I did the 29 books called was it Achilles? It's something about Achilles. Let's see here. It's so many books I can't keep up with them. Song of Achilles. Yeah, Troy. Mm-hmm. And it actually goes into the Battle of Troy in the book. This one was like hardcore, like straight up about Achilles. Well, sort of. It is centered around Achilles, but it follows a different character. So, yeah. Let's do the flesh. Such a gnarly word, flesh. Rosy skin? Yeah. It's hard not to. Even if you don't intend to, I think they still end up with elements of Christianity or Greek gods. I really like Greek gods. For the time period, it was a very smart way to explain the world around you. And you didn't have to do it by killing people. Let's see here. Yeah. Ooh, the hand is having a hard time to grip here with the paint. This is gonna be a little tricky. There you go, Tuesday. Como se dice tricky? Mucho trabajo. It's a lot of work. How do you say a lot of work in German? Oh yeah. Getting killed in court by his friend. I don't think I knew that. To be honest, I don't know a whole lot about Caesar. Caesar's Roman, right? Not a literal translation for tricky. We said difficile. The city had reinforcements from their allies, so he built a wall around the city. Then another wall encasing himself with the city inside, so a two-front battle. Mouth forward to both of them. Yeah, I would say so. Trying to get these hands colored in. No help missing it. Well, that sounds about right. That's way too much paint. This guy's got pretty good defined features. I mean, there's most certainly a reason we still know about him to this day, that's for damn sure. It's a much more brutal time, that's for damn sure. It looks like the hands are kind of like all one, but I assure you there are definitive lines. They didn't just glob it on there. Should get into airbrushing. Probably look better. So can I get a better image? I'll take a picture of this one and put it up on the Discord at the end of the stream here. There you go, you can see the hands better there. I mean, there's one thing about paint, you can always just paint over it. If you guys hate it, we can definitely paint over it. I'm not married to it, so it'll just take more coats to get it right. But it is coming along. What we can decide together, though, since it's not already painted, is the hair color. As you can see, the hair's just got like the white on there still. It's still gray. We haven't painted it yet. We gotta do a little base. Should have been what the strip should have been. Tell you what, I will find that mini, and we can paint that next week. The other mini too. We can knock that mini out next week. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get the same mini. I'll see if I can find it, and we'll just start from scratch on it. Or we could do a different mini. Whatever you guys want to do. Blonde hair? I bought a few minis. Oh, this girl's kind of cool. So she's not. Is she primed? I don't think so. No, this is a Reaper mini. So this girl's kind of cool. Said red there, but not with that green. Oh, this girl should have red hair. Okay, so we'll put her aside. Some of these are monsters, like literal monsters, not like they're bad guys. So tiefling, you can't see that one. Tiefling right there. A little sorceress girl. Maybe a druid. She's got a staff, but she's not using it to cast, so it's probably a druid. This guy's cool as shit. Tiefling warlock, it looks like. Gnome. He has like 3/4 of an inch tall. just do this. Hopefully the camera doesn't disconnect again. Looks like it probably just looks like a field of gray miniatures. That guy right there, Tuesday. I think that's the only winged one. So yeah, he is an incubus. So the male version of a succubus. Yeah, I do have a lot of mages. There's a dancing girl right there. Tabaxi, Warlock. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I do have a lot of mages, don't I? You know what it was? Is I had my character that I play in my game is somewhere. There he is. So this is my character, and he is a sorcerer. And I think at the time I was just buying all of the tiefling sorcerers. That I can find, and I actually won't play another class or race. I don't. If my character dies, I will always pick tiefling. Don't need to play another race. They don't call to me. They don't spark joy, as the Hellspawn Marie Kondo says. I don't care what Katie says. Just fucking the demon, Adina. So I left the girl with the guitar out, or whatever it is. I left those other minis out that are like metal. There's John Smith. Let's see what's in here. Whoa! We're rolling. Anything cool in here? Griffin. Little barrel. It's a little goblin. It's a bone demon. Yeah, we could always run through that one sometime. It'll probably take us a good while, I would think. I'll have to work on a flesh technique. I guess there's no better time than that time to work on a new technique, right? It's when you have a new mini. Another mimic. Look at that. Lick-a-tongue size tongue. So there's the unicorn that I mentioned earlier. Some books to be painted. And some weapons that get glued on a mini I actually gave to a friend. So I have the weapon still, but I don't have the mini anymore. Looks like a skull with maybe a candle in it. It would definitely be challenging. No, it'll be fun too. You know, as long as there's somebody in the chat, that makes it fun. Especially with these intricate ones like this, because there's all these. The biggest thing I'd be worried about is the flesh. Could I get the flesh right? But I'll look up some videos and stuff before we tackle that one. See if I can get it right. Yeah, I do get a lot of mages. Yeah, I play a tiefling sorcerer, and yeah, I would probably just make another tiefling sorcerer if he died. I just dropped one of my potions. Hey, look at that teeny tiny potion. Teeny tiny potion. Oh, this one right here? Yeah. Another mimic there, yeah. That's a lich. Vampire. Katie picked these guys out because she thought they looked cute. They're like little, I don't know, jellyfish things. Small. A little over about an inch and a half. I think they're all about an inch and a half. Yeah, that's why she picked that one. I think that's all I got in this box. I feel like I'm missing some though. Oh, hold on. I bought some like pre-painted ones. Give me a second. Let's see. I don't know if I opened them or not. Let's see if they're like laying around here somewhere. Here's some that came pre-painted, so they just came in the box ready to rock. They even have like what they are stamped on them. So there's this guy. He came painted. Did not do this one. I feel like I could do this quality. Easy. If not better. And I don't know what that is called. I can spell it for you. It's Otyugh. Otyugh. Here's like a little skeleton archer. What does it call it? Skeleton. Yep. Skeleton archer. Oop, I'm way out of frame here. No, I thought he was pretty cool looking. They come in like a mystery box. Oh, you know what they did? You know what that is? They didn't paint that. That's an ink. They just dumped this bad boy into the ink and let it pool in those cracks. That's why it's kind of all over the place. If you notice it, it's actually in the teeth. See how it's in the teeth too, and in the tongue. So they actually didn't add it. They just took the whole mini and just, yeah. You can actually buy like little tins that are, I don't know, they're probably about this size, about two of these stacked on top of each other. You pop them off. You just dip the whole mini in. It's like called like quick washing or something like that. I don't do that. I paint it on there. So I usually do like a thin layer. I don't like it looking like that thick, typically. Here's the Grim Reaper. Avatar of Death. That sounds about right. He's pretty cool. His little lantern is pretty good that he's got here. That's tough to get. how they get rattlesnake skin into objects. Rattlesnake skin. You have to send me a link for that. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's most of the. Yeah, I buy a couple prepackaged ones like that. Anytime there's like a new expansion that comes out that are like minis proprietary to like a campaign setting, I'll buy like a box of the 4. But the box of like the pre-painted 4 ones are like $15 each. So as you can imagine, that adds up quick. And you don't know what you get. They're just like random minis like that. I didn't know what I was getting. Here's when I started, but I never finished. And I did like a transition for the power. I never really did figure out what I wanted to do with them. I never did finish them. He's a work in progress. Here's a little bitty guy I did. We need the magnifying glass for this one. Yeah, he's only the size of my fingernail. Yeah, it's tiny, and you're looking at under the magnifying glass. So if I take the magnifying glass away, it gets much smaller to see. I gave him a little mouth and everything. It's kind of hard to see, but yes, he was very small. You can see there. You can see like I even tried to dry brush the spikes on his back. I don't know how well it came out, but it's very tiny, so you can't really tell anyways. But I did give him like the 2 tones, you know, like the yellow on the front, kind of like a lizard. So yeah. That was pretty cool too. I'd like to finish this guy sometime. It's not Discord. Tuesday, there's a link to it whenever you get it set up and logged in and everything. There's a link to it on Twitch and on Facebook. So, however you want to join, there's a way to. You know, it's just pop you in there. Guys, I am gonna have to call it a night though. It is 11:12 and it's still trash night. But Katie came down looking for me.
Cutting you off, homie. It's after 11.
She's cutting me off. She said, "Stream time's over. Time for you to take up the trash." Darling, would you like to say hello to your mother and
Hello, mother, and
and D-Hawk.
Oh, hey, D-Hawk.
I was gonna say the mini, so I didn't see the mini. She says, "Good night, Kate."
Good night.
I don't know if they can hear you that well. She says she hopes you feel better. How do you feel? Did that caffeine perk you up? No? Nah. Usually Excedrin will perk you up. Yeah, anyway. Go saying, guys, I'll have to call it a night. She's coming to fetch me. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in with me, painting some more. We painted a different mini. We'll see if we can make it to Joanne's and
Luann's Fabrics.
Luann's Fabrics, and see if we can get some material to finish that other mini, so we can be done with that one and move on to other miniatures. Good night, and thanks for tuning in. And Anybody else watching the VOD, you can follow us at the Murphy's Play on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Tweet. That's Katie's peace signs that are cutting in and out there. Again, thank you both for tuning in. Thanks for all the chat, all the good conversation, and we'll see you guys next Monday for sure at 8 p.m. Thanks, guys. Bye. Have a good night.